So I have a story to share with you guys about how one of the most freaking amazing things that has ever happened to me has come to manifest. I'm still in a place right now where I'm kind of like in shock and awe that this has happened, and it's happened so quickly. So if I get a little bit emotional during this video, or if I have to take a couple of moments to stop and gather my thoughts, please excuse me. But I am just so excited that I have to share this with you guys. It's amazing. And then also I need to tell you guys about it so that way I can talk to you about where I'm going next and what's going to be happening in my life. Oh, and really quick before we get started, my guinea pigs today have decided that they want to have like this shouting match with each other, or like conversation. I don't know what they're talking about. But if you hear them like squeaking in the background, that's what that is. So, where to begin on this amazing journey? Okay, if y'all watch my channel, you know that about 10 or 11 weeks ago, I made a video about how I've got some new life adventures coming and how my life is changing and how I am learning to let go and accept that my purpose in this world is just to be exactly who I am in all of its glorious individuality and strangeness, and that somehow through doing that, my purpose and my destiny is going to become manifest. And for me, part of allowing myself to just be me is to realize and accept that my definition of success and my definition of happiness are different from what I would consider to be like the common cultural expectations or definitions of those things. To me, success would be moving out to the country and living in a little farmhouse and having a homestead where I can practice and teach hearth and home magic. So here I am 10 weeks after making that video, and it's happened. We just bought a farmhouse out in the country and we're gonna have a homestead, and I am so excited. Like I said, it hasn't even like sunk in yet fully that this is happening. Like, we went out to the property last night and we're looking around at it, and I just kept saying over and over again, like, oh my God, this is ours. Like, this is our house. This is our land. This is our dream. Like, this is actually happening. And see if I don't. I'm not gonna cry because I want to be able to tell the story. Okay. So, what happened to make this come about? After I made that video about 10 weeks ago, that night I did a Saint Expedite spell. And Saint Expedite and I have had a long-standing relationship. He is an amazing and benevolent spirit in my life, and he's done many, many kick-ass things for me. But in the past, whenever I've asked Saint Expedite for something, I've always asked him for something specific, and it's always been given to me. So whenever I did this Saint Expedite spell this time, instead of asking him for what I thought I needed, I asked Saint Expedite that he would help me to meet my destiny, whatever that is. And I let the spell run for about 6 weeks. And at the end of 6 weeks, I felt called to burn the paper that I'd written it on. So I burnt the paper. And after I did, I felt like there was a message from Spirit coming through for me. So I sat down and I listened, and what I heard in my head was, I am ready and willing and committed to doing the work. And as that flashed into my head, an image of a farmhouse also flashed into my mind. So I did a reading for myself, and the reading confirmed that, and confirmed that it is the right path for me to do this hearth and home magic, to do this homesteading thing, and that I do need to commit to doing the work. Which to some people may not sound like a big deal, but for me, something I've struggled with my whole life is a fear of connecting with this physical world to a certain degree, because I love connecting with the spirit world, and I value connection with the spirit world so much that I've always had this underlying fear that if I connect with the pleasures and the experiences of physical life, that somehow I would lose my connection to spirit, and I would lose my connection to my soul. And this reading confirmed the opposite. The reading was like, no, it's going to make your connection to spirit stronger because you're going to be balanced. And so I worked on releasing that fear after that reading, and that same night I did a ritual where I committed myself to doing the work. And okay, so I did that, and the next day, like the very next day after all of this happened, Caleb comes home for lunch and he's like, hey, I have something I want to show you that I found. And he pulls up on his Kindle a picture of this amazing, adorable little 1940s farmhouse with a couple of acres of land. And he was like, look at the price. So I scrolled down and I looked at the price and it was $28,000. And I was like, holy shit, like we have to go look at this house like right now. So we went and looked at the house, and the first moment I stepped foot on the property, I just told Caleb, I was like, oh my God, this is it. I don't know how we're gonna get the money for this house, but this is it. Like this is our home. This is meant to be. This is it. And the day after we looked at the house the first time, I ended up going out of town with my sister for the weekend and spending the weekend on the beach, and I got to see the supermoon on the beach and do ritual on the beach. And during that ritual under the supermoon, I heard so strongly, now is the time to have joy because your dreams are becoming manifest. And the next day after the supermoon, I'm getting chills again even just talking about this, Caleb got a call from one of his family members that they wanted to give him part of his inheritance. And it was a sum amount of $25,000. And this is where I'm gonna, oh my God, like I said, I've had so much emotion in me over the past few weeks, but like, I mean, if you guys watch my channel, you know the struggles that we've had with debt, and you know what we're doing now to try to turn it around, and all the things that we've done and changed over the past few years to be able to let go of that and to find freedom. But we're still not by any means in a place where we have, you know, $25,000 just laying around to buy a house. So the way that this money came in was, I mean, it was just a direct gift from Spirit. It was a direct gift from the Goddess and God, from the universe to us to make our dreams manifest. And it was just such an amazing and powerful thing to see that happen. So we got home, I got home and we started putting in offers on the house because now we could pay for it in cash. And the reason the house is so cheap is that it's been foreclosed on twice. And for some reason, like, people were always moving in and they couldn't stay in the house really. They would stay there for 3 or 4 years and then they wouldn't be able to make payments. And so because it's been foreclosed on twice, it's less expensive. And then also because it is definitely a fixer-upper, but also they've had it for a long time and haven't been able to sell it. So, but it was cash only. So for us to be able to find the cash and to get the cash like that, it's so amazing. I mean, it's so exciting. So we put in an offer on the house, and while we were waiting for them to get back to us, I was looking around in the house with one of my other friends, and this appeared in the house. And I've been in the house before many times, and there's a little loft upstairs, and I've been in the loft many times, and I know that this wasn't there before. I know it wasn't there. And what this says, it's a little poem that was cut out of like a magazine or like a newspaper, and it says, "Downstairs neighbor. She borrowed a pan, she borrowed some flour, and borrowed my mixer for over an hour. She borrowed a chair and cream for her face. Now I'm waiting for her to borrow this place." And as soon as I saw that, it makes even like another layer of like excitement and amazement to the story, because I feel like we have a spirit that's in that house that has been protecting the house and waiting for it to come into the hands of somebody who will love it as much as she did. And I feel like this was a direct message to us, because whenever we put in an offer on the house, somebody else put in another offer, and for whatever reason, even though their offer was similar to ours, their offer was rejected and ours was taken. So it's all of this just happening. It was just so freaking meant to be. It's so exciting. And we haven't closed on the house yet, but we've already signed all the paperwork. Like, it's confirmed, it's ours, nobody can take it away from us. We just have to close in a couple of weeks, and then we will be moving in. And I get to start living my dream of being a homesteader, hearth and home, country, cottage witch. And I'm so fucking excited. Oh my God. It's amazing, and I'm filled with gratitude. I mean, I can't even find the words to express how thankful and how excited I am. So I wanted to share this with you guys to let you know that this amazing dream has come to manifest, and this is happening in our life, and that I'm in a place now where I am going to be vlogging a whole lot more. And I know I've said that before because I felt that change kind of coming up, like I felt it about to manifest, but I didn't understand it, and now I do, because I want to vlog my whole experience and our whole experience of doing everything related to this, magical and mundane, as far as, you know, fixing up the house and learning how to homestead and learning how to build fences and all of the protection rituals and charms and things that are going to go around the house, and all of just the everyday, like the gardening, the taking care of the chickens, all the country cottage, beautiful Mother Earth connected, craft related things. I'm going to be posting about that very, very regularly, about our experience and about our adventure. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I'm so excited about this for is that this is giving us freedom. I mean, it's giving me freedom to live my dreams, number one. And number two, we're going to finally be free of debt. We're finally going to be free. And I'm so excited to be free. It's been a long journey, and I feel like it's just the conclusion of one chapter and a beginning of something new. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. So anyway, I just had to share that story with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for letting me share my joy with you all. I know that a lot of people were sending positive energy my way throughout this process, and I wanted to say thank you to everybody that did. And then also let you guys know, like I said, I'm going to be around now because I'm going to show you all of these adventures day by day as they happen and as we're learning and growing through this process. And then of course, as soon as I get an opportunity, I'm going to make a video showing you guys the new property and the new house and give you a tour before we do anything to it. So we'll have that kind of logged. So we can kind of keep a little diary of the changes as they go and as we grow. But anyway, thank y'all so much for listening to this and sharing in my joy. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Lots of love, light, freedom, and joy to you all, and blessed be.